As we confront our ever-growing energy crisis, the debate over viable alternative power sources continues.
Solar and wind are certainly contributors, but as far as running your air conditioners, that's not so good.
Is nuclear energy the answer?
Accidents can still happen.
2 reactors are in partial meltdown.
We're building new plants around the country. The technology exists, the safety exists.
There are really no other alternatives globally that is going to carry this society forward like we'd all like it to be.
Powering America, only on the Documentary Channel.
We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's futures. And we are all mortal.
Through the years, John F. Kennedy has been transformed from an inspirational leader into a global icon.
Probably influenced the way people run for president, how they project as president, maybe more than anybody.
Victory has 100 fathers and defeat is an orphan.
Documentary Channel celebrates our 35th president with a stellar lineup of films that reveal JFK's complex character and his extraordinary legacy.
We are the hope of the free world.
JFK Day, Tuesday, November 22nd, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on Documentary Channel.
They think they're gonna get Tony Comani, eh? Ha!
Is this the end of Rico?
When you see Italians in film, you're generally watching gangsters.
Oh, you should have plugged Joe.
Yeah, I should have plugged him in the dame, too.
They were known for their carousing, for their drinking, for their womenizing.
I'm gonna cut this wop's heart out.
How did things ever get so far?
Don Corleone is the first gangster in American history who is not a degenerate, who's not a sociopath. We love him. He's humanized.
My biological clock is ticking like this.
Italians have time and again been essential storytellers.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
Stereotype, there's a germ of something real there. I think it's insulting to deny people their reality.
Okay, let's do one more a little wider so we can see the blood on your shirt.
Beyond Wise Guys, Italian Americans and the Movies. Only on the Documentary Channel.
Unique insights.
You think you're going to get one thing, and if you're lucky, you get something way beyond.
From in-depth interviews.
The reality is so unpredictable. You can't make this stuff up.
About exciting new documentaries. With fresh new hosts.
I'm Gabriella Fresquez.
I'm David Powick.
Films really can make a difference, I think more than ever.
Doc Talk, the new season. Look for it everywhere on Documentary Channel. Norway, July 22nd, 2011. After detonating a car bomb outside a government office in the city of Oslo, a lone gunman for 72 minutes unleashed fire at a political youth camp on the island of Utøya, claiming the lives of more than 60 innocent victims. Hear first-hand accounts from the young men and women and their amazing stories of survival. Terror Island, only on the Documentary Channel.
The U.S. National Guard is made up of dedicated civilian soldiers who serve in harm's way as part of America's first line of defense.
For them to stop their careers and go fulfill a mission, it's just wonderful.
Throughout history, the National Guard has made an impact in every war the U.S. has ever participated in.
Like Band of Brothers. Being in a combat environment and losing a good close friend is hard. It drives you forward to do more.
Legendary entertainer Pat Boone guides us into the heroic lives of these dedicated men and women who selflessly protect all of us here at home. For My Country, only on Documentary Channel.
So there's an issue that means a lot to you.
Gun control.
Women's equality.
Hunger.
And you want your senator or representative to do something. But maybe you're wondering, will they listen to me?
I'm just some random girl in her 20s.
I'm just a little guy.
So maybe you're skeptical, but it's their job to represent you, by the way. So how do you reach out to them? Let's go to Washington and find out.
I'm standing outside the Senate post office. 12 million pieces of mail come through here a year. The House has the same amount of mail coming through.
And that's just snail mail. Today, there are more ways than ever to reach out to our representatives. Social networks like Twitter and Facebook, email, phone calls, petitions online, and on paper. You can even go meet your representative in person.
Nice to see you, Jacob.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for doing this.
My schedule's public. People know how to find me, and if they find me, I'll talk with them.
A person's not just a single voice. Politicians know that taking the time to make one phone call is important. One phone call can represent many, even hundreds of people. So imagine if you and a friend, or 2 friends, 10 friends contacted them. No matter how you reach out, here are their tips. Be personal.
A group of people under the heading of Witnesses to Hunger came in to visit me. These are people who are experiencing hunger. This is a powerful way of advocacy.
Be clear.
The biggest impact is a reasoned argument.
I think tone is important. You want to be constructive because you want a constructive response back.
Amplify the message.
To elected officials, if there's a large number of people associated with a cause that has more influence, look around and see if there are like-minded citizens and try to organize.
And finally,
the one thing I would recommend is that you ask for a response because you want to make sure that somebody got it.
It is the right of every citizen to petition their government.
You put your representatives in Washington. They represent you.
It takes an individual actually sending a letter or sending a tweet or sending an email or making a phone call. The important thing is you have to communicate. If you don't raise your voice, then the issues that you care about are not going to necessarily be addressed here.
No matter what you think, ordinary citizens influence change in this country every day. Go to takepart.com and make your voice heard.